You are a product, and I am going to share with you today why that's a good thing and how you can take back control over your life, over your finances, if you see yourself as a product. So let's dive right in. Welcome back to another episode of Healing into Femininity. It's me, your girl, Joanna, and let's start. So, you are a product. What does that mean? You are literally a product in this capitalistic market space, and why I think it's good if you see yourself as that. So, number one, you're a human being, right? You are a woman. You have certain natural gifts, you have natural talents, you have a life story, you have a background, you have a culture you come from, right? Consistent of maybe your cultural background in terms of ethnicity, maybe of socioeconomic status. You have a story. Maybe you climbed the educational ladder, so you were the first out of your family who got a higher education, a bachelor's degree, a master, or any other type of PhD diploma or something like that. Or you got different other educational skills, like you did some adult education, or you learned more, you developed your skills. Okay, so there's a stacking of things that you are and that makes up your personal brand. So product, brand, I'm going to use that interchangeably, but I mean the same. But I think it's even easier to understand the concept if you see yourself as a product, right? You're a brand and you are a product. Let's start with that. So you are an experience. Like literally, I believe if you're here, you are here to experience me. You hear me, you see me, you get a vibe from me, right? And this is what I want. I want to give off a vibe. I want to be as transparent as possible. I want to show exactly like who I am and what I stand for. And I want to give you that vibe. So I hope that you get the vibe, right? So you get a certain kind of vibe from me. So that is the way you make people feel, right? Just look at other products like food, right? How do they make you feel? Products like skincare, hair care, products like clothing, right? Apparel, tasting, touching, like really sensorizing that experience. Or also, yeah, smelling, like you can't smell me, but like we want to experience things and we want to be experienced. And people want to be experienced too if they're conscious about it. So think about yourself and how you think, and you can ask somebody. So get out your pen and paper, write a few things down, and then you can do that exercise. So, how do you think you make other people feel? How do people feel when they engage with you? Because we're over here, it's about creating an authentic brand that is rooted in your in your personality, right? So how do you make people feel, right? So my intention is to make people feel. So what, how can I say it best? Like I'm citing because I know that I sometimes can make people feel like, oh my God, okay, she's like so super confident. Like how do I feel? That's not my responsibility, but my intention to make people feel loved, cared for, that I believe in people, that I believe in your potential, that I will hold you accountable to something higher because I see something more in you. I want to feel empowered when you come to me, when you experience me. I also want to make you feel seen, heard, understood. I know how it feels to be that young woman who wants it all, but doesn't know what that looks like because it's so multidimensional, multifaceted. There's so much to figure out. Who am I? What do I want in this world? And how do I get what I want, right? Like this has been the past 7 years for me to figure that out. And now I know exactly who I am, what I want to bring to the table, and who I serve. So it definitely it pays off to do the work. So you too ask yourself, how do you think that you make people feel? Even ask other people, like literally write down ask 10 people in your surroundings that will tell you how you make them feel, right? How do you make them feel? Okay, and then you can also ask yourself, how do you want to make people feel? It's always like a reflection back and forth. You don't have to take everything other people are saying, but take it into consideration, but really ask yourself, how do you want to make people feel as a person, but also as a brand? And how do you just come across? What do people associate with you in terms of what's the vibe you bring? Like if you walk in, okay, so maybe you're going to bring the international vibe, right? You're going to bring the Black girl experience. You're going to bring that mixed girl experience, whoever you are. Like you're invited to be from all backgrounds, right? But you know you will bring that experience, right? So what's the vibe that you bring? You can also say, okay, what's the vibe that I bring? Maybe it's if you open your mouth, if you're a speaker, if you're a content creator, if you are some person who shares a lot, like verbally, it is the way you make them feel. Okay, she's an intellectual, or she is a whatever. Like also like not only on the physical level, but really taking into account the cultural background, the vibe you bring, right? The vibe literally means the cultural background. Like, what is it that influences you? Who are you? What are you consistent of? And what do you bring? So, how do people feel when they experience you? How do people see you? Now we really come to the look, right? It's a look. You can make people feel a certain way when they engage with you, but also your look wants to, you want to create some level of um recognize, like, right, like how do you want to be seen? How do you want to be experienced by people looking at you? What kind of vibe do you want to get across? Again, all about the look. It can be also the way you speak, yeah, cultural background, the way you behave, right? That's the vibe, that's the look also. The look, how you dress, right? The shoes, the clothes, the manicure, pedicure, the skincare, the hair. I mean, honestly, I think this can be the most overwhelming for a woman to actually say, okay, I'm going to take it serious and I'm going to invest in all of that. You don't have to do everything. Maybe you also can't financially at this point on your journey, but make sure that you know that people watch these things. People are aware, right? People are aware and people will notice. Like for example, currently I don't have a manicure. I am aware. Like when I go into spaces, I feel like I want to be without a pedicure or manicure right now. I just like my personal, and I think I have beautiful hands. So, of course, it's manicured, but it's not the fake, right? So, again, you have to know who you are, where you move, what really is you, and how you are perceived in the culture that you want to influence. Very important, right? Because we are all here in, or you can even choose, but something I believe it can come naturally that you put yourself in the right environment that you want to influence, right? So for example, I'm spilling all the tea here, right? So my kind of environment that I want to influence is women that can identify with me. So whether it is you come from a culturally a diverse background, right? Maybe you're black, or you're mixed, or you're Latin, or you're any other type of migrant to a Western world society, and you have been the social climber of your family. So you are the first one who who got higher education, and you continue to invest in yourself, and you continue to climb the ladder, right? So now you're making a career for yourself, whether you are in a corporate setting, or whether you are doing your own thing. If you're an entrepreneur, I speak to both, yeah. And I want to really raise your mindset, your emotional mastery, and your financial literacy to the next level. So this is really the levels that are cover everything mindset, everything transforming your mindset, everything about emotional accuracy, like really knowing how you feel, things like imposter syndrome, shame, abandonment, things like that, really healing that. And then also learning about welcome to capitalism, right? Knowing how you can be a brand knowing how you can sell who you are, what to continue to work on, what is your price, your value in the marketplace, things like that. Okay. So, again, what is the look? Now I am feeling that I want to get back more into this look. I studied international business. I was an accountant. I am a sales expert. Like, these are my corporate this is my corporate academic background. And at the same time, I am a holistic nutritionist, of course, focused on internal health, so I can be beautiful from the inside out and help my clients with that. And also, I am a mindset coach, a spiritual transformational coach. So that means spiritual, emotional, habitual, and creating systems so you can create money, right? So this is everything that I bring. And this is the next part here. What are your skills? So number one, how do you make people feel? How do people see you? Like the experiential and the visible, right? It's not different, but feeling and then matching that with the right look. And then, of course, also, what are really the skills that you bring? It's part of your brand. What are your skills? Maybe it is spiritual. Maybe it is more hard facts, right? Maybe you have the soft skills and the hard skills, right? Maybe it is spiritual. Maybe it's emotional. Maybe it's physical. Maybe you are also in this whole wellness and health and beauty space, or maybe you are in more in a corporate space where marketing, sales, design, things like that could be your skills. What is it? Music, poetry, right? DJing, fashion design. But maybe you are a I also worked with like real, let's say, attorneys and yeah, social media productionists, things like that. So what are your skills? Know your skills. Like, how do you, yeah, what is your education? What have you made money with? And what are your, like, what is a subject that you are a master in, right? What are you a master of? What is really your high level mastery level? Yeah. So very important. And then the last but not least is, if you know, like, you can write all these things down, I invite you to. But the thing really here now is the results you create, right? What are the results that you create with your product, with your brand, with your service? So, what are the results that you create? I'm going to take myself as an example again. So, for me, I know that I create different results. So, I help in the category of wealth or health, right? Relationship, business, creative business, how to make your creativity your business, and then also, of course, how to create a, let's say, a price point, right? A price point for your service, for your business, and also how to manage money, right? How to manage money, how to, like, pay yourself first, put some money in investment and things like that, okay? And all of that from the ground up. So this is my specialty. The work that I do is, first of all, create clarity, mental clarity. What is it that you want? Okay, most people don't even know what they want, so we got to get clear in the mind. Then it is about emotional mastery. Most people are blocked, right, by shame, by guilt, by fear, by doubt. Even if you think, oh no, that's not me, we all have those things running in our system, most of the time subconsciously, right? So we will look at those patterns, like, what are your triggers? What are your traumas? As I said before, most of us, every human being basically, has some kind of form of trauma, of either shame, betrayal, or abandonment, whether it be through your parents in early childhood, or maybe it was through a teenage experience, first love, relationships, friendships, even friendship groups, right? So one example for me is here that I want to share is that one big thing that I realized later while doing all of this personal and business development work was that I realized that there was one incident in my youth where it was my boyfriend back then, and then a group. It was like literally my social circle, my like broader social circle, let's say that. So there was a group of women. One girl I considered my friend, the others were acquaintances. Again, like it was a social connection of people that I knew. And my boyfriend cheated on me with two girls out of this group. I know this sounds so wretched, but that's an experience that I made, right? So boyfriend cheated on me. It wasn't a betrayal. And then he cheated on me with two girls out of this broader social circle that I had, and I knew them. Like he just got to know them. I knew them. So he betrayed me and they betrayed me. And I felt like because there were more women informed about what has happened there, I felt betrayed by this whole group. And this could also be, and it's called the sisterhood wound in like spirituality or trauma informed, feminine informed healing practices, right? It's a sisterhood wound where we feel betrayed by other women, and therefore we form a pattern of self protection where we don't trust other women anymore. So I had to work through those things. And this is also what I mean by really creating emotional awareness and releasing those traumas that can subconsciously block your success, because I'm still catering to women and also women of color, of course. And if I had this resentment of not trusting any woman of color because of this incident, I couldn't be the woman that I am. I couldn't serve. I couldn't create results for my clients. Okay. So this is what I serve: mental clarity. So mental work, mindset work, emotional mastery. Yeah. And then I create systems, or I help you to create systems so you can create order and effectivity, productivity, and so you can create your results. Yeah. So for example, in terms of food, like that's what I help with. In terms of home, like really making a clear, orderly home, and also your finances. I think it connects, right? So you have to have a clean and ordered home in order to feel relaxed in the nervous system, and also the finances, right? If you have a clean, orderly home, you have a clean, orderly folder for your finances. If your finances are clean and stable, and you know where what is going, and have systems there, you can create different outcomes, right? So this is really what I do: mental, emotional, and then creating systems, orders, and systems so you can create results. And this is what we do with every area of life. Yeah. So that is my results. Like I will level you up on all levels. Okay. So you can be the woman that you want to be and create the life, the holistic lifestyle that you want to live. Yeah. So this is what I create. What do you create? You can write that down. Like I'm always sharing what I do, so you can look inside yourself and really see, okay, what is it that I create? What are the results that I create? Okay, so that's it. Basically, short and spicy. So you are a product. We are in this global marketplace. Yes, welcome to capitalism. It's a system that we are in. If you like it or not, you better play with it. Yeah. So this is really one thing that I want to say from me to you as a child from a migrant and a working class family. But now we're here. Okay, we're leveling up and we're gonna dominate the field. Okay. So you are a product. How how do you make people feel? How do people see and perceive you? What are the skills you actually bring? What is your expertise? What do you want to continue to build on or refine? What is it that you can already offer? Like think about terms of in terms of what have you made money with before? What is a passion? How can you combine that? Right? And then, of course, what are the results that you help other people build? Right? So for me, the end result would really be to create a brand and a business that makes at least like high ticket prices, like from 3,000 euro up to 10,000 to even more, to like 30,000, 50,000 euros up. That's the kind of system that I have, and this is what I can teach you. So that is a little spicy snippet of you are a product. Get with it. And it's beautiful to see yourself as a product. I think it's like, in sometimes maybe we can think, oh, I don't want to be seen as this capitalistic thing, but please, again, like, welcome. I mean, again, I said I have been there too. Let's take the emotional charge out of it. Life, that's just where we are in this system on this planet. And if you see yourself as a high-end luxury product, it is fun because you recognize who you are. You recognize your talents. You recognize your skills. You recognize everything you bring to the table. And actually, everything that you do, everything you're skilled at, has a market value. So that's amazing to check that out. If you want help to find that out, to really get the confidence, get the clarity, get the systems, so you can build your own brand, build your own business, and then sell at a price point that is really market value level, hit me up. Okay. So you find me over in the description box below. Go over to joanafatondji.com and book yourself a strategy session. You will talk with me or maybe one of my team members, but most of the time I do these calls. So let's find out what works for you. Like, where are you on your journey? If you are in, like, if you're eligible to join one of my groups or my coaching programs, or if you just want to continue to watch the YouTube or go over to my podcast or consume me on TikTok, do that, right? Do that. That's fine. But if you really want to make a change, I would love to see you in my safe space, in my bubble, in my world, in my universe, in my business, in my containers. And yeah, no matter where you are, I would love to interact with you. So give me a thumbs up, show me some love, give me a comment, or share it with a friend. All the things that sharing is caring is about. So yeah, so really, like, that's my intention. I want to make you feel good about yourself. I want to make you feel valuable. Okay. I want to make you feel heard and seen. And I want you to get out there and get your bag. Okay. So stay dangerous. Until then, bye.